I'm a fan of checklists because checklists help us to be free. I know that seems a little counterintuitive, but checklists help me be free because once I got things checked off my checklist, then I could go and do the things that I want to do. So let's just talk today about things that we're doing in our stores that we've gone over in the Jewelry Store Training Institute program and the Train Retail program. We're doing both of these consecutively. And just make sure that we're covering all these bases. So if we touch on something today that you're not doing, you can just type in the magnifying glass and type in that subject and you can find a training on that. So let's get started. First of all, our communications. And our communications is a 3-step process. So it starts with a morning huddle every day. Again, I won't go into details on all of these, but you can go and find trainings on each specific thing. Morning huddle every day is so perfect and so quick and easy. But I found people that have gone through our management master course who just started doing morning huddles and they're amazed at the changes in the team already. So morning huddle, vitally important, 10-15 minutes before the doors open. I like to do it out of sight of the customers, maybe that would be waiting for you. But some stores do it right in front of the customers. So whatever's to your liking. But have a morning huddle every single day and make sure that somebody's doing it when the person who's in charge of doing it isn't doing it. So it goes on regardless of whether management or ownership is there or not. So morning huddle, weekly store meetings. A lot of you are using these trainings for those weekly store meetings, and that's great. We're talking about everything from store operations, customer service, sales training, product knowledge. Okay, so I might have missed another one, but we're kind of in the heat of the moment here. But you're having weekly store meetings, very vital to communication. So a 3-step process, morning huddles, weekly store meetings, and then regular one-on-ones with management and ownership. And this is just a good time for communication on how we're doing, what are our metrics, okay, what are my personal metrics, and so I meet with the owner or the manager talking about how we're doing compared to the store's average and getting help where we need it, discussing some things where we need it, things like that, but just regular one-on-ones. A lot of people do it weekly. I recommend weekly, and that can be just a 10-minute, 15-minute little sit-down one-on-one, but I know some people that don't do it weekly. Just make sure it's regular, at least monthly, at very least monthly, okay? So one-on-ones, very important, and that, concludes the 3-step communication excellence protocol, so to speak, okay? So opening and closing checklists. I'm huge on this. Why? Because we are dealing in stores with valuable things, and we're dealing in stores with cash and things like that. And so we need to be accountable for how we open and close our stores. And security. Security is huge in here as well. And that is a checklist every day. I know you've been there for 12 years and you know this like the back of your hand, but you're human, okay? So checklists are so huge, and again, they're very freeing. They're very freeing because checklists allow you the comfort and security and peace of mind to know that you've covered all your bases for opening and closing. And this is involving cleaning, and you know this, you know the routine, but very, very important. Some people fall away from this, so that's why I bring it up, okay? Next, your daily activity report. This is very important. I've done this a few months ago. I think I did the daily activity report in trainings, and that is a simple run sheet of what's going on day to day, why customers are in, what time they came in, did we close them, yes or no, did we make the sale, or did we have, and then tracking add-on dollars. So very, very important, and that's done every single day with every single customer. After you walk them to the door, you go and do a daily run sheet. So that's a little shout out to the folks up here in the north. Okay, next, an up system or an efficiently, I like to call it an up system. I think up systems are amazing and they work very, very well. And so a lot of people say, hey, I hate up systems. We don't do an up system. And then we have issues with I just don't get enough sales. Tina always gets all the big sales. So it's very important that you have an up system or a system for efficiently and fairly waiting on customers, otherwise known as an up system. So, okay, now next, the buddy system. Now if I'm waiting on somebody, if I'm helping a client out and we're talking, I need a buddy. I need that person within my radar that is watching me, aware of what's going on in my sale, that can maybe save me, that I can maybe turn it over to, that can go and do things for me. So having a buddy system is phenomenal. And that leads to, of course, intense floor awareness. If everybody knows what's going on that floor all the time, everybody can be there for each other and help each other. And this also is great for security. But intensive floor awareness will build your teamwork, and it'll really increase your chance of selling, especially if we're selling to a fun country person who wants an audience. Okay, so let's all gather around, or if we need to leave somebody alone. A great intense floor awareness is huge. And so if your floor has nobody on it at any given time during the day, that's a no-no. But if it also has one person on it at any given time of the day, that's a no-no as well. So get on the floor, okay? Don't wait for that door to ding. Be on there before the door dings, okay? Next, respect, kindness, teamwork. And that all comes with great floor awareness, right? Teamwork helps all of that stuff. So good communication between everybody. In the sales business, we often run into egos, and we run into feelings and emotions, right? Feelings can get hurt because we all make assumptions. So, we're just humans. So, whoops, I got to go back to. So if you haven't done a flag page within your store, go to the Speak Their Language section of our training and check that out. I think I'll also have a PDF of a mini flag page. I've just seen stores do so well once they start to understand each other's motivations. We stop judging, and the teamwork the level of teamwork really goes up. So flag page is great. It's called flagpagetest.com. I have nothing to do with that, but if you do have a flag page done, give me a call, send me those, and I'll do a little impromptu personal training for you guys, because it's really cool. So next, stay tuned, and that is keep doing what you're doing. If you're watching these videos as a team, if you're watching them separately, it doesn't matter, but staying tuned, and that is really having that good conversation after these trainings are done. So some stores do it as a group, sit and watch it, and then turn it off and talk about it. Some people assign it to everybody and say, hey, we're going to either talk about this while we're setting up, or we're gonna talk about it individually. But regardless, everybody is staying tuned. Everybody's constantly staying trained, staying sharp, and having great conversations, okay? So I think that is it. Yeah, that is totally it. Okay, so this list is not all encompassing. This isn't the end all of be all, but I'll tell you what, you knock off a couple of these things right away and you're gonna see some huge improvements. And if you're not doing some of these things, this might be a little check to say, hey, we better get on the ball and get our up system going, or get our daily activity report going, all right? So that's just a little mid-February, it's freezing cold, 10 degrees below zero success checklist for you guys.